Hello everyone, welcome to the Ozark Outpost. This is Global War 85, Operation Skyhawk. You hear the Assistant Chief of Staff practicing some very off-key bugle calls. NATO 12.2. Here we are. NATO is reduced to 3 major army bases after the loss of Rhineland and Benelux. So PGM, Advanced ASF, Top Gun. Nothing. Missed all of them. Okay. Next order of business is nuclear release request. NATO is released for battlefield nukes against Warsaw Pact. I misspoke in a previous turn about NATO not being able to get BFN release against the Soviets. That they can get BFN and theater release both against the Soviets. What they can't get is strategic release against the Soviets. That's Warsaw Pact only. So, since the Soviets hold 1, 2, 6, 9 IPP worth of NATO territory, NATO is going to roll for battlefield release against the Soviet Union. And there is a 12. It's 2 12s actually. Boxcars twice. Okay, so they are released for battlefield nukes against the Soviets. That is important because that's going to make a planned attack more feasible now. So there we are. We'll add that roundel to give NATO battlefield nuke release against the Soviet Union. Of course, you know, there's no freebies. Everything comes with potential consequences. Okay, now we're at purchase. They're spending 30 on 2 next-gen MBTs, 2 self-propelled artillery, and a pair of air superiority fighters. And the remaining 16, they are spending on 4 MBTs. Yeah. Combat movement. Okay. We are going to have 2 combat movements. Both are going to be surgical strikes. So, the major airbase in Paris shoots a cruise missile 1-2 into Benelux. Southern England 1-2 into Benelux. This destroyer in SSN 1 into Benelux. So 4 cruise missiles go into Benelux in a surgical strike. There's no SAM. There's the Benelux card. So there's no SAMs there. Then NATO, being desperate, is going to take a chance. There's no air defense in northern Germany either. So, the 4 attack bombers and the stealth are going to fly 1 from Picardy, 1-2 to northern Germany, where they're both going to provide. The stealth bomber is immune from interception. The attack bombers are not. But whoever survives interception is going to do a battlefield nuke surgical strike on northern Germany. And then the strategic bomber from Paris will fly 1, 2, 3 in there, and it is going to carpet bomb as part of the surgical strike. So there is one fighter here in northern Germany, Soviet, that will scramble. There is another Soviet fighter in Rhineland that will scramble, and to aid their ally, one of the Warsaw Pact fighters in Rhineland will scramble. So that's 3 scrambling fighters for interception. The stealth is immune. The strategic bomber has no interception value. The attack bombers intercepted 2. The fighters intercepted 3. So that's that. So since we're right here, and both of our combats are going to take place here, let's just position our camera, get the auxiliary tray, and have it. So the first one is going to be 4 cruise missiles into Benelux, no missile defense. Spy satellite. Spy satellite is being used in spy satellite's being used in northern Germany, so that the stealth and the attack bombers are surgical striking at full value. So these are not target selects in Benelux. There is 1 hit. So here is the Benelux card. The Soviets, now that they're going to be able to confirm battlefield nuke release, they're going to take the hit on the mech. Save those self-propelled artillery for something else. Okay, now we go to northern Germany. So the first thing we need is interception combat. So the 3 intercepting fighters roll for no hits. And now 3 attack bombers roll. Close, but no hits. Okay, so nobody gets intercepted. That was the strategic gamble that NATO was taking. All right, so now we have, let's do the strategic bomber first. Carpet bombing. Nothing. Okay, now the stealth. There's 1 hit. 1 hit. And now we've got 3 attack bombers. 3 attack bombers. No, there's 4 attack bombers there. They needed another interception roll. Okay, that missed. 4 attack bombers. Gotta get more dice. Okay, there's 3 hits. 4. 5 hits. Plus 1 is 6 total. Six total hits against the Soviets in northern Germany. So they're going to kill 2 early gen MBTs and 3 Marines and 1 next gen MBT. So that leaves the Soviet ground forces in northern Germany at 2 next gen MBTs. That was a big hit. It was a gamble, but it was a gamble that paid off. Okay, so the casualties have been taken. That is 2 air battle stars for NATO for destroying 3+ units in a surgical strike. All right, now that's it for combat. Non-combat movement. The intercepting fighters went back where they came from. 1 northern Germany, the Soviet and the Warsaw Pact back to Rhineland. The stealth, the attack bombers, and the strategic bomber went back to where they came from, Picardy and Paris. And that's that for there. Because Warsaw Pact Alliance can now transit either the Danish Strait or Kiel Canal, either one. The fleet is moving over here to A10 to have maximum forward defense. And these 2 diesel boats from A7 move down to A10. All of this combined with this fleet card here, including the ASW chopper, is going to give NATO a total of 16 defenders in A10. Okay, and then these 2 SSNs from A26, 1, 2, 3, here into the channel. And that's going to be it for non-combat movements. Go get some guys and we'll place units. I'm getting them off the money so that the build plate will be easier to carry without dumping stuff over. Lower center of gravity. All right. This is what it's going to be. The 4 MBTs get built at the major army base in Paris. The next gens, we're going to have to do a card here. The 2 next gen MBTs and the 2 self-propelled artillery go to the major army base in Picardy, and the 2 ASFs go to the air base in Picardy. So off camera, I'm going to move this stuff over to this card. Okay, that's it for placing units. I realized while I was planning this attack that once again I forgot the SR-71 for the Denmark defense. All right, NATO shot 4 cruise missiles. I don't think they're building 4 this time though, because they lost rank. 1, 2. Yeah, they're only building 3 cruise missiles this time and not 4. that. And they pick up 2 more anti-ship missiles. Wait a minute, that ain't right. Yeah, I think that's right. Anti-ship missiles. Okay, and then money. NATO is at 42. And they now have 8 battle stars in the bank. Ozark Outpost. Over and out.